Hey guys, what's going on? It's Royaltacticsfps here, and today I'm bringing you some ranked play. With Owen, Danny, as you can see, playing some Riot S&D. Now, I don't play ranked play that much, sadly. I would if I had a kind of more of a consistent team. I kind of would prefer to play like in a four-man party when I do ranked play. This time there was three of us, but luckily the person that we got on our team wasn't too bad. Um, I start off bad. This was my first game on, okay, so I hadn't warmed up. So the first few rounds it did take me a while to warm up, and obviously I had some stupid deaths, as you're just about to see. I'm gonna get a stupid death. Normally I would get somebody through this door. Now, I'm not saying I always go, I push A straight away, but when I do, I normally pick up that kill. I didn't that time. But that's the downside of playing ranked. Like as soon as you go on the game, you haven't warmed up, and that's a nice shot from Owen. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've decided to bring you this game because I want to kind of discuss the ranked play, my opinions on certain things. So for ranked play, to me, this is kind of ranked play or arena, whatever game you're playing on. When it comes to the competitive side, ranked or arena is basically practice for certain people that maybe want to practice for GBs, want to practice for LAN events or whatever it might be. Yeah, these different things are different in their own certain way, but it's all practice. Okay, so when I play ranked, I've got kind of certain rules. Okay, so for example, obviously the one rule that I've already named is I always try and be in a four-man party, just because if you do get that one random person on your team, you don't know how they play, you don't know how, if they're going to be any good, you don't know if they're just playing it just for some fun, maybe they just want to troll, I don't know. I mean, I have had games like that in ranks where you get, if you go in a ranked solo, for example, most of you, if you have played ranked or arena, will know what I'm talking about. You kind of go into those games, you're solo, and then it turns out that your whole team's useless, and you're going against a four-man party that are all communicating, and communication is kind of the main important thing when it comes to ranked. So I like to be in a four-man party. My second thing that's a rule is I don't use variants. Now, before this game, literally right before this game, I decided to create uh, a a well, a variant class on purpose, because I know for a fact that I always bump into these people that are using variants, and it just pisses me off. I mean, it really does. Now, bearing in mind that what I mean by variants is anything that you get in a supply drop. Anything in a supply drop or an advanced supply drop, I class as a variant. Even if it's enlisted, it still classes as a variant in my eyes, because there is some sort of improvement to the gun. So I have the rule don't use variants, but in this game I decided to switch at the last round to a speakeasy. Now, I don't usually use a speakeasy. I don't really even think the speakeasy is anything special, but I decided to switch it because I ended up getting shot by someone that was using a variant, and yeah, I decided to kind of think, well, fuck it, if you want to use a variant, I'll use a variant. And yeah, I ended up, getting some kills for that speakeasy, because in my eyes, variants kind of make it too easy, in my eyes, okay? First, variants in my eyes is kind of for pub stomping, for having a little bit of fun, um, and yeah, so that's why I don't really use variants. I just think it makes it a bit too easy in my eyes. That guy was using the magnitude. It depends what you class as variants, but in my eyes, these class as variants to me. If it's not the original gun, if it's not the first gun that you see on your list, then it's a variant. That could be include the magnitude or the speakeasy, obsidian steed, uh, you know, the guy that was using a shotgun, I think he was using, I can't remember what he was using now, but it was definitely either enlisted um, or something else, but it definitely was not the original gun, so I got pissed off with that. But as you can see, I'm doing kind of badly at the moment. I think I was negative at this point. Uh, And it's lucky that my team was actually doing, you know, what they were supposed to be doing, which is, you know, making sure that they were planting or, you know, watching the bomb, and, you know, they were keeping their guard up, making sure. I mean, at this point, I think I messaged Owen saying, like, he's definitely still in his spawn because this guy killed me in his spawn. So I kind of had a feeling that he was probably camping there, kind of waiting for them to plant or something, or he was just shit scared. It's kind of like, okay, fuck it, I'll probably die because it's 2 against 1. So I kind of had a feeling he was still in his spawn, which I was right. I mean, you know, he didn't really move to the other side of the map or anything. Um, but yeah, it's 2-1. I'm still kind of warming up. I mean, my aim's not too bad. I'm kind of warming up by this point, a little bit. I think I might have got 1 or 2 more stupid deaths in this game that maybe I shouldn't have happened, like this one, for example. I mean, I think if that was somebody else with maybe better connection. Now, I don't want to blame it on the connection, okay? Because I know some people do that, and you know, I know it can be annoying hearing people moan constantly about, oh, it's a connection, that's why I got killed. But I mean, connection's got a huge part of, you know, who's going to end up being the host, who's going to have the advantage, and you know, you know, I'll never be host of these games. I'll never, because I've got a bad connection. Okay, now some people are going to say, well, that's your own fault. That's right, that is my own fault, and you know, I do need to get that fixed. But connection does play a huge part of how many hit markers you get. You know, and I think that does affect how you play. It does. It does affect how many kills you get, your KD at the overall end of the game, and it just affects you as a player. Connection. And I was kind of shouting there because I was like, Owen, did you not see him? But yeah, so connection does help you. It just kind of stops you from getting, you know, more hit markers. It just frustrates him when you go into those games and it's like, you know, like 8 hit markers to kill somebody, like they're sponging it, and it's kind of, then you like kind of watch other people play and you're thinking, wait a minute, you're killing people in like 2 shots, like how's that even possible? And some people say it's accuracy. That is true. Like, I mean, obviously, the more accurate you are, the less hit markers it's going to take. But I know when my hit markers are registering, there's a difference between missing shots and getting lots of hit markers. Now, I get a lot of hit markers. I mean, yeah, even if I shoot first, sometimes I can die, and it does piss me off. So it's kind of like I've got to work proper hard just to kind of keep up with the people that have got the decent internet. I mean, there's a big difference between what I'm running and what someone else is running. I mean, my upload speed is bad, my bandwidth for the game is bad. Um, it's just, it's when you compare it to someone that's got great connection, they will have a little bit of an advantage. Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, and I love this. I love this moment here. It literally just runs straight into my punch. That was just a lucky kill. I mean, obviously it was a bit of a, you know, bit of common sense. I kind of knew my teammate was shooting in my direction, so I kind of had an idea he was near me. That's why I decided to go over there. But it was just lucky thing that he wasn't facing me, and maybe, you know, I got that easy kill, punch in the back. But as you can see, I'm still kind of warming up now. I'm actually positive now. I'm on 5-4, and you know it's still bad for me. I'll admit. Like I normally do a little bit better, particularly in Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy is my game mode. That's the game mode that I think I kind of excel at. I've played quite a lot. It's most games that I've had. I think it's the most. It's the game mode that I've played the most. I've got the most wins in S&D. Uh, so when I kind of barely am doing positive in Search and Destroy, I kind of know that I'm either not warmed up, or I'm not concentrating, or maybe there's another reason. I'm tired, or you know, everyone has those tired moments where they can't be asked to play. They kind of just need a break. Um, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I can play for 5 hours, 5 8 hours without breaks or anything. That's why I kind of would love to have a consistent team that will plays ranked a lot. I know some people say, well, how come you're not playing arena? You know, people are just playing arena now, like Advanced Warfare's over. As well, you know, I've already listed, I've already said why I don't really like playing Black Ops 3. There might be a video coming where I go into a bit more depth about what my issues are with Black Ops 3, but I already did a video on some of my issues in one of my Battlefield videos. I think it was Gunmaster, that video. So if you want to kind of, if you don't really know why I'm posting up Advanced Warfare videos still, and you're like, well, where's all the Black Ops 3 videos? I have done a few Black Ops 3 videos, but it's just I kind of like I said, uh, I'm not very keen on Black Ops 3, and I might be going into more detail about that in one of my later videos, so watch out for that. But yeah, I would like to have a constant team in Advanced Warfare that I could do ranked play with. I'm not talking about squirrely kids, I'm not talking about annoying people, I'm talking about just people who just want to play to win. They don't want to just fuck around. They don't want to use stupid guns. They're obviously going to make us lose. I'm talking about playing it seriously. Uh, if you are interested, you can feel free to leave a comment. I prefer if you lived in the UK, that's for certain. And obviously, no certain call-outs. You don't need to be a complete pro. And this is kind of what kicks me off, okay? And I'm sorry to change the subject, but that's kind of Tiger Blood. Now, that's the kind of gun. That's why I changed it up to Speakeasy now. And some people are gonna say the Tiger Blood doesn't really class as, like as a variant. It's like, to me it does. I kind of got pissed off with the fact that people were using enlisted variants like the magnitude and shit. So I was kind of like, you know what, fuck it. For the last round, I'll switch up to the Speakeasy. I won't tell you what happens or give anything away, but yeah, you've already seen it basically in the beginning of the video. So yeah, it sums up basically how easy it is to play ranked with variants. So that's why I don't use them, because I like a little bit of a challenge. As I already said, rank play should be like GBs. So I don't understand. You wouldn't be able to use variants in GBs, not that I'm aware of anyway. So you shouldn't be able to use variants in ranked. That's just my opinion. Obviously, people are gonna say, well, that's not part of the rules. So if I could use variants, I will. That's fair enough. But at the end of the day, if don't be shocked when someone says to you, well, you're only getting kills because you're using OP variants. Because that's true. It's true. Try using non-variants and see how many kills you get. See how many kills you get, and I guarantee you, you will not be getting the same amount of kills, and you will not be just, completely abolishing the other team, because you won't be using variants. So that's the only reason. I think it's a bit more challenging using. I mean, it also depends. I mean, I actually prefer the normal ASL one to the Speakeasy, which, that's my opinion. I mean, I don't think the Speakeasy is anything special. Uh, but, obviously, what you're about to see now is probably me. Obviously, I don't really use the Speakeasy that much, so I wasn't expecting much from this. I wasn't expecting to, like, get any kills. Uh, but yeah, I'm happy that this was a warm up game. Bearing in mind, I was kind of just warming up. Uh, it's one of those things you shouldn't really be playing ranked if you're still kind of warming up. But I didn't want to kind of just log out my team and be like, oh, let's just play some TDM or Dom before we went into ranked. I just wanted to kind of get on with it. Uh, and yeah, I mean, obviously, I kind of would love to be a Masters Division. I would love it, but it's just the fact. There's one. That was a nice little headshot. And then there's that one. But yeah, I'd love to be a Masters, but it's just I need the constant team. That's the issue, and it's been an issue ever since I've got this game. I mean, at first I wasn't very into the competitive side. I wasn't really into the ranked play or whatever. I was just kind of picking up on the game as most people do. But for probably the last like 8 months, I would say, it's kind of you need a team that you can constantly roll with that plays ranked. So if you think that's you and you're in UK, then feel free to comment and you can add me or whatever. But the main thing is we won the game. I was positive, Owen was positive, and we won the game, so that's the main thing. But I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, check out my other videos, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks, bye guys.